Hi friends, this is Suzy, your Candy Crush guru. It is May 25th, 2025. I'm here for another crack at connections, but I'm not sure if I showed you in all of my glory yesterday how, normally I show when I've got like, oh look, they're all in the right order and I got them all done. So I don't want to neglect showing when I make mistakes. All right, so now on to today's, if I can do this, reload. Let's find out what we have after I do my Rosalind shuffle. We've got rook. So I'm looking for chess pieces. Electronic. Conch. Clone. Nothing so far. Right? Jack. Twin. Well, clone and twin feel like they could go together. Lobe. Ringer. All right. Oh, let's do this. Let's see if we can find the word doppelganger. Chain, ace, king, snail, queen, helix, double. So these are doppelgangers. These are when you run into someone who looks like you, or someone who looks exactly like someone else you know, but isn't that person. Okay. Or actual clone, but yeah. Dead ringer. Okay. So now let's keep looking. Rook, electronic, conch, jack, lobe, chain. Your lobe hangs down, a chain hangs down. Oh, ace and king and jack. Although king could be with rook. Hold on. Jack, ace, king. Here's queen. So king and queen and rook could go together, but I don't see pawn or bishop or knight. So I'm going to say those go together. All right, what does that leave me with? Leaves me with rook. Now, rook could be... rook has a lot of meanings. So rook is a chess piece. You can also rook someone. You can, I don't know if it's like cheat or trick. And then I think there's a bird called a rook. So I'm going to be looking for those. Electronic. Oh gosh, that could be anything. Electronic device, rook device, conch device. A conch is also notable for the fact that the CH isn't pronounced like a CH. So maybe we'll find something like that in here. Clone, jack, twin, lobe. Two lobes. You have two rooks on a board. Two lobes. I don't have anything tied together yet to try to look for the, I have these two. Now I can look for the other two. Nope, not yet. Oh, conch and snail. Oh, it could be, oh shoot, I can never remember this. I always love this word and I come upon it in my brain just as I'm sitting around, but when I try to think of this particular word, I can't, and it drives me crazy. There are a couple of words like that. Another one is palindrome. I can think of the word palindrome fine on my own, but when I see a palindrome, sometimes I freak out and I can't come up with the word palindrome. So sometimes before I'm playing these games, I rehearse the word palindrome. Like, what if there's a palindrome that comes up? I'm gonna make sure I remember the word palindrome. Okay, so conch and snail, and there's a spiral, and I know this word, and I love this when it appears in nature. And my brain is gonna just stop me from coming up with it. It likes to see me embarrassed in front of people. So there, that's my brain. All right, conch, snail, helix. Oh my goodness, helix. Okay, so there we go. Conch, snail, helix. Rook, no. Electronic, no. Conch we're taking out of here. Lobe, no. I mean, if you were talking about like the upper part of the ear, That's kind of a spirally part, but not the lobe. What else do we have? Junk and chain. I guess probably chain. Chain? Why do I have too much here? Rook, electronic, junk, lobe. Oh, it's just the chain. What would a rook, electronic, junk, lobe be? Rook. Put a C on it, it's crook. Selectronic. Sjunk. Clobe. Yeah, that's not working. Lobe turns into love? What would junk turn into? June. Love. June. Oh, gosh. I hope it's not turning into something because I don't see that. I don't really like chain as a spiral, but I don't know what else to do with that. I think I have to see if I'm on the right track. I'm going to end up having probably mixed results like I did yesterday. Let's take a look. Ear lobe, ear junk, ooh, gross. Ear electronic, ear rook, ear conch, ear snail, ear helix, ear chain. That's not a spiral, but is anything else a spiral? Lobe. There's a right and a left lobe, a right and a left rook. Not a right and a left chain, but the helix has a right and a left. Oh. Not with snail, not with conch, not with electronic I don't know of. Unless it's something esoteric and I don't know about it. Junk. Junk heap. Rook heap, electronic heap. Lobe heap. Conch heap, snail heap, helix heap, chain heap. Junk pile, rook pile, electronic pile. Lobe pile. Conch pile, snail pile, helix pile, chain pile, junk. Junk mail, rook mail, electronic mail. Hold on. Well, if you turn up the volume and listen to that little bit really carefully, you can hear Firepaw freaking out. That's the second time in 2 days he's done that. I think my cats are fighting with each other. I don't know why. All right, well, they are separated, and I think I was on a good path, because when I was re-listening to hear what I could hear from the cats, I realized I was talking about junk mail, electronic mail, and then I saw snail mail. Oh, and chain mail. Oh, that really messes things up. I remove conch and snail from each other. So if I take snail and put in rook, and I take chain and put in lobe, I get snail mail, electronic mail, junk mail, chain mail. That works. That works really well. Conch, rook, helix, lobe. I don't know. I mean, a helix has two things. A lobe has two things. A rook has two things. I guess maybe a conch. Maybe is it like a bivalve? I don't know. That is confusing to me. Oh, maybe it's not going to be a fill in the blank. We have a fill in the blank here. Oh, maybe it's a types of mail we have here, and it's a fill in the blank here. But what goes fill in the blank with conch? Or rook, or helix? Double helix, double conch, double rook, double lobe. Double. Something about double, but I don't know how that applies to conch. Okay, and confession time. I just paused again so I could look something up. I had to find out what the word was, and it's fractal. Although I realize I shouldn't have done that because I don't ever want to discover something from looking things up while I'm in the middle of a puzzle. But I didn't. But I still felt it was necessary to confess that to you, that I went away and looked things up. So fractal, could these have anything to do with that fractal I was talking about? Because a conch has a fractal pattern. A rook doesn't unless it's designed in a particular way. I don't even know that a helix does because it spirals down. And a lobe doesn't, but maybe these are formations. I still think it has something to do with double. Question is this a fill in the blank or associated with male? And is this then... I'm going to go with this being purple. So let's say this is going to be purple. This is definitely going to be blue if it's not purple, right? And then I think maybe... I think this is going to be green. And this feels like the easiest to me, even though they tried to mislead us with king, queen, rook. So I think this is going to be yellow. So I'm going to try what I think is purple. Electronic mail, junk mail, snail mail, and chain mail. Let's do this. Blank mail, so that's purple. So I'm very curious. Conch, helix, lobe, and rook. I have no idea. I had to even look at these to make sure I was getting the right ones. I just don't know how those go together. But I'm sure they do because I'm sure these go together. This is my default. Ear piercing sites. Do they mean like parts of the ear or like stores you can go to? Because I know the lobe. I don't know the conch, the helix, or the rook part of the ear. Those are foreign to me. And it's ear piercing. It's not just piercing sites. These are parts of the ear. I don't want any part of those pierced. I have my lobes pierced. I regret that. It was something I did when I was in middle school. Now I've got these little hard parts in my ear, and I never wear earrings. I can. They haven't closed up, but I don't. All right. Anyway. Okay, so I said that this is going to be green. Let's hope it's green, because if so, we might be able to get a full, complete, accurate, preferred layout here. So clone, double, ringer, twin. Doppelganger. Hey, they used my word. Well, not quite my word. And it's green. Jack, ace, king, queen. So that's yellow. We know it's yellow. We got everything we want. See, when I get it in the right order, then I view the results right away. All right, a little bit of a bizarre twist in all of this. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.